Okay, so we've got a beach opening up, and look at that peach fuzz. I mean, that's as good as it gets for a beach. Beach are really easy because it's hard to see with these pictures, but there's one serration per vein, and it's strongly pinnate, and it's got the fuzzy at the edge. Now the fuzzy at the edge is never this good. This is as good as it gets, but that's why I'm videoing it, because this is as good as it gets. Okay, remember the beach has the brown buds, so there's still some buds here. They're just coming off, so they're really distinctive long browns, and you can see they're just opening up, and it's got the smooth bark. They're not open yet, but see the big tooth aspen, the bark of the one up at the top, it's kind of yellowish, almost looks beech, but then as you go down lower, it's got the more typical bark. That's the aspen. The leaves aren't open yet, but I've got a leaf from last year.
I'm showing how the older bark at the base of that large tree in the center is much more cracked. It's like, as you look up the tree, it's not as cracked, it's more smooth.
So that's going to be a poplar of some type, and then you'd have to look at the leaf. And then I've got the leaf here. See these big teeth? So it's the big tooth aspen. Got several of them. They're not always round, they can be kind of triangular, but it's got the big teeth. The other thing you can't really see with this, because they're sad from last year, but they'd have a flat petiole. And that makes it so that they wobble.
Let's show the wobbling action.
Yeah, it doesn't really work because they're
dead.
dried up. But like, hopefully we'll get some by the end of the 2 weeks. But they wobble a lot. Okay, so we've got the wild lily of the valley. We've got a lot of grass-like stuff, but it's actually not a grass because it's coming out in threes. It's a carex. If you just have one of them, you can see that. Okay, so that should be a characteristic you should be really comfortable with pretty quick. Knowing what sedge it is can be difficult. Knowing it's a sedge is easy. Oh, that's so small. Let's get a bigger one over here. So let's just walk over here. You have scoped out the lily of the valley. Here's the cute little flower just starting to open. There'll be tiny little white flowers, a bunch of them. It's actually a spike inflorescence, and they'll look like little tiny lilies. Right here, this is a Solomon seal. It's going to be a true Solomon seal. There's several species. This is a different one than we've seen before. It's not just that this is little, because it's young, this will be a little tiny one. Around the corner here, these are tiny, but it shows the characteristic. This is a bracken fern. Now bracken ferns get big, so it's a really big one, but it comes out in threes, maybe like an umbrella. So these three tend to be equal size. Usually the one is a little bigger, and as you can see with this, but they come out in threes, and this is a massive pain in the butt, aggressive spreader. If you go up north, there's whole forests that are just covered in bracken fern, and I always thought of that as a nice thing, and now I think of it as a bad thing. What happened is they clear cut that forest, and then the bracken came in, and now you don't get anything else. It's an invasive that just takes over like hundreds of miles. We've got lots of lily of the valley through here. There's a nice skunk cabbage. And then I want to point out some squirrel spikes over here. So let's walk over. There's some, on the water, we didn't do it at the last one. The green stuff floating, that's duckweed.
Oh yeah, lots of nice duckweed floating on top there.
You don't really have to get it close, because they can't get it out.
I know, it's still.
But we do have Peltandra coming up. luckily I'm
Oh,
in
yeah.
my waders.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me just make sure there's nothing poisonous first. Don't go far because
Yeah,
this
no.
gets deep fast.
Let me take that clipboard.
This is the last video. Nice things from my wife. Actually, it's not. Okay, there's two different things here. So I'll bring it over. This I thought was Peltandra, but it's actually not. This is the arum calla lily. I was hoping to actually find a spathe and spadex here. See, they're heart-shaped leaves. Heart-shaped leaves, and then this will have a spathe and spadex. So this is Calla palustris. Common name is water arum, and it'll have a white spathe and spadex. And usually I find them this time of year. I'm not seeing any, but I got some great pictures online when you take the quiz. So that was that. This is actually
Quicksand. No.
This is actually blueberries. They're not quite open. These ones are a little bit more open than the ones we saw a minute ago. But they're not open yet. But they're white, and these would be obvious with blueberries.
You want me to take the clipboard?
It's fine. Ooh, just because this is cool. This isn't on your list, but who cares? This is actually a liverwort. This is Rica fluvitans. I don't remember the common name. Actually, the common name is Rica. It's a liverwort that floats in the water. It's a good one for your fish tank, and I've actually got it. Well, I've got it in my fish tank. I haven't killed it yet. And so there's a bunch of it here against the. So that's kind of neat. It's a liverwort that's a good aquatic. We haven't pointed out, but there's really good ones here. The lichen. I haven't even talked about lichen because usually I talk about them during field trips. Here's some different lichen. Lichen are a fungus and an algae. It's a symbiotic relationship. If you see lichen, it means you have to have decent air quality because they don't do well with poor air quality. And you should see them on basically every tree everywhere. And if you don't, it's because you've got poor air quality. All right, let me come out of here. You can hear the sandhill cranes. You might, while I'm getting out, you could So right here, this is the cinnamon fern, and then right next to it is the royal fern. Now, you can't tell that this is royal fern, but I know it because I see it all the time. And again, this would be doubly oddly named. These are the two most common ferns in the water. And then good sedge. You can really see that that's a sedge. They're coming out in threes. Super easy to see.
Yeah, point that out one more time. This is a nice one to do it with. Yeah,
See, because they're all by themselves.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now, what I was really coming over here for is, thanks. Lots of sporophytes. It can be hard to get this.
Yeah, we can do it. I think the sun contrast might actually work.
So you see the sporophytes coming up here. Now, these aren't, so there's two different species. But these really long ones, I don't know if you can see this. See how if I turn this to the side, this is the Calyptra. Unfortunately, it's stuck. I pulled the whole thing off. So remember, this is your gnome hats. So you put this on your head to cover up. When they get a little more ripe, they'll come off. There's a cool mite. So when you see sporophytes, you should get down on your knees and see if you can pull calyptras off. It'll be much easier a little bit later in the summer because they'll be ripe, if you will. And right now they just came out, so they're not ripe. Okay. You wanna stop?